Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing well today. And in this video, I'm going to be baking some bread. This is going to be no yeast bread, and this recipe will also have milk in it so that hopefully it will become soft and moist. I have never made this before, and so I thought I would share with you guys what I'm doing. And so if you're interested, keep on watching and we'll get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start off with is preheating the oven to 350. And then the next thing that we will do is we need an 8 by 4 inch loaf pan. This is a little bit bigger than that, but I'm going to be using this. And we also need some parchment paper, and we're going to be lining this up. Okay, and then once that is how you want it to be, then you're just going to set it aside. And then the next thing that we'll focus on is mixing the ingredients. So you're going to need a bowl to put everything in. And the first thing that we will put in is 2 cups of flour. Now it says on here to use self-rising flour, but I do not have that, and so they showed me online a substitute for it or other ingredients that you can add to essentially make it. And so what you are going to be doing is adding 2 cups of flour, and then every 1 cup you're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half of teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're going to go ahead and add that into the bowl. Okay, that is our 2 cups of flour. And then essentially we're going to be doubling what I said. So we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, so we need 2 of 1/2 teaspoons, so I'll just fill up the 1 of salt. So 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda. And then I'm just going to whisk all of this together. Okay, then the next thing that we will add is 1 1/4 cups of milk. And then we're just going to pour that right in. And it says on here to combine these together, but do not over mix. So you want it to be slightly lumpy still. Okay, so when I noticed that all of the flour is mixed in and it's no longer dry, is when I'm going to stop mixing this. And then we're going to be transferring this over into our pan. Okay, now we're going to bring our pan over here, and we're going to carefully place this in. Okay, I'm gonna try and just even this out as best as I can. It's very goopy. Okay, then it is telling us to bake this for about 40 minutes until the top is golden brown. And as I'm waiting, I will tidy up the kitchen and I'll take you along with me. This part is optional, but it was saying that you could brush some butter on top. I don't have an actual brush, so I'm just going to be using this knife. And the butter was in the fridge, so It's probably going to take a little for it to melt, but that is fine. I'm gonna let this cool down for a couple of minutes before I cut into it, and then I will show you what it's like and what I think about it. Okay, we are gonna cut into this and see what it's like. Okay, as you can see, it is extremely hot still. I'm not even going to attempt to eat it right now, but when I was cutting it, you could tell that it's super soft. It's not dense. And that is pretty awesome. I did not expect that at all. Because usually when I make no yeast bread, it becomes very hard. And you can tell, especially when you cut into it, but when I did it here, it was very easy. Okay, so some of the pieces have cooled down a bit, so I'm gonna try a little piece with some butter on. Oops. All right, here we go. It's super soft, and I like it a lot. Okay, so that is how I make this no yeast bread, and it's really good and I like it a lot. I will have a recipe link down below in the description that you can follow along and see all of the ingredients and where I got my information from. So if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know, give it a like, and until next time, I will see you. And if you want to see something else, or if you want to recommend something for me to make, then go ahead and suggest it. I don't mind at all. And I will look into it. And until next time, I will see you. So have a good one, and bye-bye.